Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well. And shalom to the hopeful elect that is also doing the work, pushing forth this word, conducting this ministry directly and correctly, in faith, true, and sincerity, and giving all diligence. Now, there's another part of the recent video before this one, which is concerning the recent news which came up about the event that went on in Virginia concerning what these people call white supremacists. All right, and in the last video I explained how what you saw in that event, which was the uproars of the people, which is the so-called white man, which is his true biblical nationality, is Esau, or the nation of Edom, in which we call the Edomites. We're pretty much seeing the prophecy which is spoken about in 2nd Ezra chapter 15, and also in Matthew's chapter 24, and also in the book of Luke as well, concerning uproars of the people. All right, a nation rising against nation, which is one people rising up against another people. And pretty much you're starting to see the race war, which once again spoken about in the Holy Scriptures. All right, which is the Bible. You're starting to see that making itself manifest even more now. You're starting to see it rev up even more as the days goes on, man. And you just saw it in Virginia, okay? Which this is pretty much going to lead up to, in the spirit, Spirit jumped on me to do this video, which is focused on martial law. Salakia for missing my words together. But yeah, this video is concerning our martial law, because that's through the spirit we know that's what it's going to lead up to. All right, because like I went over in the last video, that same scripture which I read out of is 2nd Ezra chapter 15, which went into martial law. All right, where a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. All right, so now I'm in 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. All right, because you're going to see complete anarchy. All right, one people against another people. All right, invading one another. All right, with swords in their hands, like in 2nd Ezra chapter 15. All right, in which we also know that's going to be also another outlet for the mark of the beast technology to be enforced on the people. All right, because what you're going to see in the coming future pretty soon is going to be a domino effect. That's what we call it. It's called a domino effect, in which one event will allow another event to happen. All right, and then that event will trigger another event, and that's the thing. That's the thing about these bankers, man, which is the so-called elites, the ones that run the world. All right, pursuant to Job, the 9th chapter, the 24th verse, the earth is given to the hand of the wicked, in which that's their agenda is pretty much to make this society one world government. All right, is to through these different false flag attacks, in which that's how they're gonna implement their new world order, is by a false flag attack or a false flag event, in which that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the perfect event to be able to implement that agenda. All right, in which the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, is a part of that agenda. Okay, and so going on from there, I want to get this precept, which is 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 70. And like I said before, this is pursuant to martial law, in which, like I said before, the times that you're seeing now with these news coverages concerning uproars of the people, that's what we're going into. Those are the times that we're coming into, and those times are approaching fast. Okay, so this is verse 70. It says, for there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. And the ones that are talking about those that fear the Lord is talking about Israel. All right, because that's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble. All right, which is spoken of in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, in 7th verse, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now it's verse 71, in which all Israel is going to be. Actually, let me rephrase that. The elect, some of the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be tried in that time. Actually, the elect as a whole going to be tried during that time, but the election is going to make it through it. All right, and which that time is going to be also part of that sifting process, which the Lord spoke about that, which He will command to sift the house of Israel, which that's one of the ways He's going to do it. All right, that's going to be the time of trouble, was spoken of in, like I said before, Jeremiah the 30th chapter, and also Daniel the 12th chapter. All right. Now reading on verse 71, it said, they shall be like madmen. All right, this is talking about Esau now, or Edom, because what you saw on that news media, you had, and it wasn't just it wasn't just regular, police officers. No, if you look closely in that coverage, Gurkha was a part of that. All right, because they had the attire on, right? They were fully armored. Okay, so that lets you know, man, we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end of the society breaking down. All right. It said they shall be like madmen, talking about Esau, which is going to send he's going to use the Gurkha troops, and not only the Gurkha troops, but also your regular police. What else? Interpol, because this is gonna be spread throughout the entire world as well. All right, so you're gonna have Interpol. You're gonna have the FBI, CIA. They're gonna have all hands busy during that time. All right. So once again, reading it again. It said they shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. All right. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. So during the time of martial law, and we pretty much went over this numerous times, but hey, we got to push it back out into the air, man, because this is one of the prophecies that has to come to pass. It has to happen, man. All right. That's why the Lord said the words that He sent out will not return unto Him void. So this has to happen, man. This has got to take place before this place is destroyed. Okay. It says, for they shall, once again, verse 72, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. All right, so because during that time of martial law, the executive powers have complete control over what you have. They have complete control over all resources during the time of martial law, which in essence is a time of an emergency. They call it, whenever it's a time of emergency, they have complete control over all kinds of resources like transportation, gas, gasoline, energy, water, food. All right. So during that time, that so-called freedom that you think that you have is going to be taken away from you. All those, because really what you have is privileges which Esau has given unto you. All right, because like I said before, Esau, or should I say, well, I haven't explained it in this video, but the last video I did, Esau has control over the whole planet Earth, and what you have is privileges which he's given unto the people. All right, so once those privileges are taken away, it's going to be that's pretty much during the time of martial law. All right. So once again, verse 72, it says, for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses. Then shall they be known. This is what I was talking about earlier about the elect. Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire. So the elect is going to be tried during that time, man. All right, it's going to be tried, and they're going to be tried as gold in the fire, man. All right, in the election, 144,000 is going to make it through that hour of temptation, which is, once again, was Jacob's trouble, which that time of trouble was spoken about in the Bible, man. All right. So they're pretty much, like I said before, this is a follow-up to the video which I did before, which shed some more light on the prophecy. And once again, martial law is something that has to happen, man. And us here at Great Millstone, we're going to continue to push this out. Especially martial law, that's one thing. The mark of the beast, that's another major prophecy that we push out. All right, and which leads all the way to the end, which is the thermonuclear destruction of America, which is Babylon the Great in the Bible. So with that, Lord willing, I can be edified with this video. And once again, want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that continually rule well. And peace and safety to the hopeful elect that is also pushing this word in the airways throughout the four corners of the earth, and all faith, true, and sincerity. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.